Hey, it's time to go back into Harmon's room, and it's time to ask Iwazaru for some more tips, because we got a bunch of tips from him back at the beginning of the game, but those are not the only tips he's gonna have. He's gonna have more about some combat info, about some blood info. We don't need past logs. Heaven Smiles? More Heaven Smiles. We do have more tips that Iwazaru needs to give us. And like I said, most of the time when you play this game, you're probably not going to walk to the back of Harmon's room, talk to him. You're probably just not going to even think about it. So all of this wisdom would go unseen. Let's see what Iwazaru has to say about the counterattack. It's true, they are not to be messed with, especially when you have the counterattack. It does make a lot of the Heaven Smiles a little bit trivial once you realize that you can one-hit kill them if they touch you, instead of them exploding on you. Of course, you can't do that to everyone. Can't do it to Giant Smiles. They're way too big. It would be great if there were custom animations to counterattack Giant Smiles. This does not exist, however. But many Heaven Smiles can be counterattacked, and you've seen that plenty of times by now. Let's talk about Mask's special attacks. What sort of special attacks does he have? He doesn't have a whole lot of special moves. What does Wazu have to say about the Mask? Mask does have charge attacks, much like Dan's collateral shot. He mentioned that you can use one test tube or two. Use them on solid enemies, huh? What do you suppose he means by that? I think we'll be finding out about that in the next chapter. But yes, we haven't actually seen Mask's charge attacks, but I do think that in the next level we will actually have to use one or two of those. So we'll see what that's about. How about Coyote? He does have a few different special things that he can do. That particular one I haven't found very useful. I think I used that once before in this playthrough. I never really use Coyote's single test tube charge shot. It's not that powerful, really, and you're gonna want to use criticals to get blood anyway. I did not know, however, that his charge shot was banned by international treaty. The Killer7, of course, do not care about any of your rules or your laws. They'll just do what they want. How about Kevin and his knives? So yes, we have seen Shine sparkling, throwing unlimited knives though it won't necessarily hit everyone on screen. We have seen it. I think that when we used it, there was one enemy that actually didn't get hit, so it's not guaranteed to hit everyone, but it will hit a bunch of people a bunch of times, and it can be good against large numbers of enemies. Thinking about it, though, I'm not sure. Did I use Twin Blades, his single test tube charge shot? Don't remember if I did. Well, we can try it out another time, if I remember to do that. Let's see, blood info. Okay, let's talk about leveling up. Leveling up our skills, as we have been doing. But that didn't seem very useful. Level up and do better is basically what that was. I'm not sure what he was talking about when he said some enemies don't explode. I mean, technically, when you kill them, they don't explode. They, turn into blood. But all of the Heaven Smiles do explode. I'm not sure which ones would not. The only enemies that would not explode would be enemies that aren't Heaven Smiles. But at this point in the game, everyone we fought... Well, no, there was Julia. Julia was not a Heaven Smile. I'm not sure about the two old men in Sunset Part 2. Remember they were shooting their brains at us? I guess they weren't Heaven Smiles. I don't really know what they were. They're kind of a mystery as to how they were left alive and with the ability to shoot multiple brains. I guess those two boss fights were not Heaven Smiles. Angel was a Heaven Smile. She was like the Queen Heaven Smile of that building. But most everyone we fought have been able to explode, so I'm not really sure what he's talking about there. Let's go down to Khan and talk about his specials. We have seen him run like the Dickens, and while I do like that ability, there are not that many places in the game where it's all that useful, because you need a really large, long area, because it doesn't carry over if you go through a door into another room. The effect will wear off if you do that, so it only lasts in the one area. So you just really need like a long hallway or corridor to run down for that to actually be of use. So I didn't really use it too much, but it is fun. Coyote, well, we know what he can do. We've used his abilities many times. I didn't think about that, but I guess Coyote is the master of trespassing. Part of that mastery is the mastery of unlocking, which he can do, but his mastery of jumping and unlocking combines to make him the master of trespassing. Hadn't thought about it quite that way, but I guess Coyote is able to trespass just about anywhere. Don't think your house is safe from Coyote just because you've locked it. He'll jump up on the roof and go through the window you forgot to close. And he'll steal your amiibos. So lock your windows. You wouldn't want that to happen. How about Kevin's special abilities? Yeah, we've used that once so far. in the Kaku building. We did have to use it to get by a security system. I haven't actually used it to sneak by enemies, because why would we want to sneak by enemies? I need to get all the blood. Also, it really doesn't work that well when you try to sneak by enemies. Like, if you get close enough, they will see you, even if you're invisible. Maybe I should experiment with that more, so we can see Kevin try to sneak by some enemies while he is invisible. I have leveled up his invisibility time, so might as well give it a try. Alright, so a lot of Heaven Smiles to go over. What about the Spiral Smile? So the Spiral Smile is the slow rolling ball, and I like that Iwazaru says that this was actually a failed experiment. This was never meant to be. It's useless. It has no purpose. Just shoot it. Put it out of its misery, is what Iwazaru has to say, because it can't. It's kind of a sad thing, but a good source of blood. Let's talk about another, which is, you know, they crawl on the ceiling. That's what makes them another smile. Kind of hoped he would explain why it's called The Another. Maybe it sounds better in Japanese, I don't know. The Bombhead Smile, which is very obvious why it is named that. Yep, you could shoot it when its bomb is open, or, as we saw, if it's closed, you can shoot the bomb to take out a bunch of Heaven Smiles around it. It's another option, Iwazaru. I'm just saying, you could do that. The Diver Smile. Which one was that again? Oh, okay. They're the Heaven Smiles that just drop down out of the sky in front of you. That one never got an introduction. Like when you see a new Heaven Smile and then the camera zooms in on it and you see the name. Diver Smile never got one of those. I mean, it's just basically the same thing as a Heaven Smile, it just falls out of the sky. It's not really all that different, but it does have its own name. The Mother Smile, which we know they make Heaven Smiles. We have to get Dan out to use his collateral shot if we want to kill those. And one thing I would mention is that on Deadly difficulty, which we're on now, the Mother's weak point is always red, which means we need the collateral shot. On normal, it's yellow, which means that you're able to kill it with other attacks besides that. But if it's red, you need to get Dan out, you need that collateral shot. Nothing else will do. Whoops, not that. Let's talk about the Poison Smile. No idea why it's called that. It doesn't poison you. It just gets back up if you don't critical it. I don't know why it's called that. That was kind of odd advice. Guns are useless? Well, no, I mean, it's what you use on the weak point, Iwazaru. They're not useless. He also did not mention that you can counterattack poison smiles and kill them that way. So I question the quality of the advice, of the tips that Iwazaru was giving us. It seems like incomplete information. That's just my opinion on it. Next one up here, let's see, Phantom Smile. Which one? Okay, that was the one that had like a big body part, right? It had the big body part, you had to shoot the big part, otherwise it will teleport in front of you and kill you. Its big body part comes from an overactive imagination. This is some lore that I'm learning right now. That brings up some questions. The Heaven Smiles have imagination. What do they imagine? What do they fantasize about? I mean, it's probably just grabbing people and exploding. That's probably what they're fantasizing about. It's probably the only thing they're really thinking about. But apparently the Phantom Smile thinks about that a lot more than most other Heaven Smiles, and as a result, body parts get big. Shoot the big body parts. Unlike the Giant Smile, in which every body part is big, and you can't shoot any of them except the eye. I really like that phrase, this bulbous accident. I need to remember that. That sounds like that would be a pretty good insult to bust out on someone. This bulbous accident. I like that. I like that a lot. Heaven Smile 2, learning about more like the Olmeda Smile. I mean, this is a custom, one-of-a-kind smile. There can never be another Olmeda Smile with his disembodied afro and all of his bacon. So much bacon. Let's hear what Iwazaru has to say about his bacon. Oh, right, I forgot. He's not talking about Andre Olmeda himself, he's talking about the Heaven Smiles wearing the yellow t-shirt. And I do like that even Iwazaru is underwhelmed at the difference between this one and the rest of the Heaven Smiles. He wears a t-shirt? That's it. Just shoot the t-shirt. That's all you need to do. Why is that one called the leader? It doesn't seem like it's leading anything. They just kind of jog aimlessly. They're not leading. I don't understand that nickname. But there's one more to look at, the backside smile, and we know exactly why it is called that. Its personality is very black and white. I never considered what the personalities of the different heaven smiles must be like. I wonder if the backside smile is any good at conversation. I mean, no, they don't. They just laugh and kill people. I don't know if it really matters what kind of personality they have when that's really all they do. However, Iwazaru mentioning the weak point on the backside smile, there is one other thing he did not mention, is that you can kill it in the front side, and I believe Mask can do it. I don't know if anyone else can, but Mask certainly can, and that's probably something we'll take a look at. I don't know about next time, but at some point I think that we will be taking a look at Mask just firing grenade launchers at a backside smile until it just dies. Because you can do it. You don't get blood for it, but you can do it. I think that's custom only to Mask. Anyone else, you're just going to have to hit the weak point on the backside. And speaking of the backside smile is the last of Iwazaru's new information that he had for us this time around. So, we're going to leave Coyote here with Iwazaru in the black void of Harmon's room. We'll be back next time for more Killer 7, and I'm sure we will be back with Iwazaru at least one more time, at least, to hear whatever new tips he has for us concerning special abilities, concerning special moves, and concerning new heaven smiles. I'll see you around for whenever we do that.